welcome back to my channel, A Traveling Knitter. This is chapter 71 and my name is Steph. I am podcasting, talking to you. I'm located, why don't we just say that? I'm located in Columbus, Ohio, and it is December 6th. I am doing Vlogmas this year. I think this is the third year that I've done Vlogmas, and this year I am consistently uploading a video for every single day. And really, I think it's because I'm not doing much, which does that make for a very entertaining Vlogmas? I don't know. So if you're interested to see what I'm up to, what I'm doing, what I'm getting up to, then all of my Vlogmases are inside of their own Vlogmas folders. So there's a 2020 folder for this year. Well, my hair is very blonde. There's like a blonde streak that should be over on this side. I finally put up my Christmas tree. It's looking a little sparse because I wanted to theme it silver and gold, but then I really couldn't find anything gold, but I saw a set of silver and rose gold, and I love rose gold. I love rose gold, which is kind of interesting because pink is not my favorite color, but oh, I love rose gold so much. So I thought that would be perfect, but I can't get ornaments anywhere. Like, this was the only set that I liked. I've gone to Target. Now, some of these I went to in Chicago, or where my parents are. But I've been to Target, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's. Yeah, so I've been to 4 places to look for Christmas ornaments, and they're all wiped out. I think it's just the case, like with anything and everything in 2020. The demand is high because people are staying at home, and so they're, going all out with decorating. I always go all out with decorating, and I always theme my tree. And every couple years I change up my theme. So the last 3 years I've done like bright colors, and then this year I wanted to go very elegant, but yeah, it's pretty. I really love the glittery sparkle ones, but I wish there was more. Anyway, I have a Christmas mug. Isn't that funny? I found this at World Market. I should probably go there for Christmas decorations. I found this at World Market last year. It was 90% off, I think. So this mug ended up being $1. I don't have any completed objects. I know. I had said in my last podcast that I would have a completed object because I was going to work on my cowl. I didn't. I realized that Christmas is upon us and I needed to get some Christmas knitting done. So I had hoped to have this finished for this podcast. This is the Skiff Cabled Beanie by Jared Flood. I think last year, 2 years ago, I bought the pattern. My local yarn store that is no longer in existence in Dayton, and obviously it's not my local yarn store anymore, Strings Attached, they would do like pattern sales like the previous season if they hadn't sold it, and then they would sell it for like $1. So I love physical patterns. I've said this, you've seen my knitting pattern collection. I love physical copies of patterns, pattern books. I just appreciate the work. Now, I do have a little bit of a complaint, and it's because, okay, so right there, that's the chart on this side, right? So the chart is from bottom up, just like you normally would do a chart. But the key is this way. And it's on the same page. So it's really annoying because I'll look at it and then I'll have to like look sideways. So I messed up. I messed up 20 rounds below where I was at. So I had to, and I couldn't just fix it. It was a mess up upon a mess up. So I just ripped back and I put the stitches on my needle. I'm going to do another rip back because I didn't like put the stitches on perfectly. I just kind of grabbed them and I'm not sure where I'm at in the pattern. So just doing one round of unknitting is going to help me learn where I'm at, flip all the stitches correctly. So I'm disappointed because I was gonna have this done tonight because I was basically less than 10 rounds before decreasing. And then once you get to the crown decreasing, it is so fast. So I'm sad that that's where I'm at. Honestly, I'm glad I noticed it. And the only reason why I noticed it was because I was looking at my stitch pattern and then I was like, wow, that kind of looks weird with how the cables come together. And then I realized that it looks weird because you did it wrong. So, and then on top of it, I did it differently for two different, I think I've got 6 repeats and I did it differently within the repeats. So like, I couldn't, even if I wanted to keep the mess up, I couldn't because I had done it differently. That never happens. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. So the yarn I'm using is Estelle worsted and it's color Q61222. I got this in the Wool Swap. It's not a program. It's something you sign up for and you get partnered with a partner and then you swap yarn. It was so much fun. Definitely not something I would do every single month or like consistently because I love doing it for someone outside of the country and the shipping was $50. Like that's a lot of money. That's 2 skeins of yarn that I could have bought. Instead, I spent it on shipping. So yeah, I mean, I did go with FedEx and no, I didn't go with FedEx. I went with USPS. That's right, because it was closed when I tried to drop it off. But anyway, yeah, so pretty expensive. But anyway, she got me, among other things, 3 skeins of this. And 1 skein is gonna be enough to make just the beanie, which is what I'm making for my littlest brother. This yarn is really soft. Really soft, really nice. So I have 3 skeins. So what I'm actually gonna do, and this is kind of talking about on the horizon, there are 2 versions. So there's the beanie, which is what I'm making, and then there's, I don't know, is this the beanie or is this the cap? Okay, yeah. So the beanie is this, and then the cap is this. I'm gonna make the cap for myself or as a gift. I haven't decided who, but I'm gonna do that. So this one will be for my brother, this one will be for me, and I'm gonna end up having enough yarn. I'm not sure if I'll do the same color for the pom-pom or if I'm gonna do a faux pom-pom, but we'll see. So I think it's gonna turn out really, really pretty. So yeah, that's that. The thing that I spent all my time knitting on is actually secret. It is a test knit and it is a pair of socks and it is for Amanda of Birch and Lily. I did finish them, but I cannot show them to you until the pattern is released. And the pattern is going to be released sometime in December. I don't think it's released yet. I feel like I would have seen it, but yeah. So I am going to show you the yarn though, and it's this. I also received this in my Wool Swap. This is so interesting. It is like an acid green with orange red flecks. This makes a really pretty sock, I will say. And it was pre-wound into 50-gram cakes. Yes. The yarn is Louise Robert Design. And I think this was a club colorway. So there's no there's no colorway name, but it is her 7525 Super Sock. And oh, and when I meant that I finished it, you only had to do one sock, and I am almost finished with the second pair of second sock, and I have not gotten into my 50 gram. I think one sock ended up being 27 grams, so I was so close. But yeah, so I'll be able to make another pair of socks out of this with contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. I think this would look really cool with an orange or a red. If the sock pattern has been released already, I'll be sure to put it on the screen somewhere so that you can check them out. I did work a little bit on the vanilla socks. So I showed you before that I finished one of the socks, and it is out of an alpaca yarn, and so last time I was all confused. It is Stellina, I just couldn't see it, and it is from the A Court of Thorns and Roses advent calendar from last year, which is from Once Upon a Corgi. These are going to be for my mom. So I went to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, which I felt very hypocritical doing because it's COVID, it's 2020, but here was my reasoning. I live alone, as I've said so many times, and I was kind of self-quarantined, not going out to see anyone for the 2 weeks before I left to go to my parents. I drove, so I didn't fly, which is what I normally would do. And then at my parents' house, Chicago for the most part is pretty shut down. Oh, I'm looking at my plant and it definitely needs water. It was pretty much like locked down so that we weren't doing anything in public. And I was the only person coming back in. So if I was going to have COVID, it was going to be from getting it from my parents. My parents definitely go out more than I do. My mom still works out in the public. So I knew if something were to happen, I would get it from them rather than me bringing it to them. And then when I come home, I'm going to give it to my plants, right? Like, that's it. I will say I did go grocery shopping yesterday, so that is like the first, right? Like, I haven't seen my friends, so you got to do what you got to do. So I probably will go to my parents for Christmas because it's the same thing. I don't know about my other brother. He lives out in LA, and I know today. Okay, so my phone just alerted me that Rudy Giuliani has tested positive for COVID. So, yeah, okay. Actually, side note, I found out yesterday that somebody that I know died from COVID. And I feel like it is the first person that I knew. Someone that I knew when I was in high school, like an adult figure, who, like, I've had conversations with this person. They might not remember who I am now, but I mean, they definitely knew who I was when I was in high school. So that was kind of weird and just really sad. And then seeing it all over Facebook, it's because I'm friends with a lot of people that knew this person as well. So, but anyway, I'm making these socks for my mom, and I am at the heel. So I would be doing the heel on my next round, but I don't remember how to do the heel, so that's why I haven't done it yet. So basically I just need to do the heel, and then I am back to zooming on these. So these will be a Christmas gift for my mom. I'm not concerned about finishing these at all. Next up, the thing that I thought I was going to be finished with I really did not do much on this. This is the Page of Wands cowl, and it was a mystery knit along for Audrey Borrego, and this is where I was previously, and this is where I am now. So yep, I went really far. I'll move it. This is a cowl, a colorwork cowl. It's a tube, so you're just knitting in the round, and it is based off of, or themed off of, a tarot deck. So each motif is like a tarot. I am not very proficient in tarot cards, so I don't really know what any of this means, but I think it's pretty sweet. The yarns that I'm using are Ramagan Finogan, which is in 4187 beige, that's the background, and 425 medium red brown, which is the main colorwork part, and then Jameson's Shetland Spindrift in 289 gold, which is, you can see it right there, and then again right up here, and then all the way at the bottom. Can like barely see that. So essentially, once I'm done, I will graft them together, and then I will have a cowl in the round. I think this would be really pretty to take a picture of it in the snow, if it does snow. On the horizon, I already talked about the other hat that I'm gonna make, but I also have another test knit, and I'm just realizing that I didn't bring the yarn over. Oh wait, yeah, I did. Oh my God, my brain. It is in this adorable winter bag that I bought as a treat yourself. I've been trying to purchase from small businesses. I've been spending so much money though that I need to take a break from buying stuff for myself. But anyway, this is a bag from Birch Grove. I was actually inspired by Amanda of Birch and Lily because these are her favorite bags, and I'd never heard of them until I started watching her podcast. So I decided to pick one up when she had an update. So the test knit I'm doing is going to be a scarf, and I wanted to go with some affordable yarn. So I picked up this Yarn Bee yarn, which is from Hobby Lobby. It is their soft and sleek DK low pill fiber, and it is so soft and it is beautiful. So I grabbed 3 skeins of this. It's $5, but everything was 20 or 30% off, so that's good. And you get 478 yards. So yeah, it is 100% acrylic, but it's gonna be a scarf, so I'm not too concerned about that. So there you go. I'm thinking though, this could probably make a really nice sweater. The yardage is great. Like I said, you're almost at 500 yards, and the colors were really pretty. So I'm looking forward to starting that. And it is for Audrey Borrego, and it is a scarf. Next up is Smaug's Trove. I picked up some yarn from their Black Friday sales. So some of this was $1, and I just grabbed it basically just to try some stuff out. So I picked up Brava Bulky, and I grabbed this color called Tranquil. I thought I could make a hat. So I have a pattern that I used, and it is a Brooklyn tweed pattern, and I made a hat for my mom last year, and I really liked it. So I was thinking of making another one out of acrylic yarn and seeing how it turned out, and if it looks nice. So I think I would only need 1 skein, but I grabbed 2 just in case, because again, it was $1. So I'll grab that. Then I also grabbed more Brava Bulky in a more neutral color because I thought those would be nice for hats or gloves. They also had, randomly, City Tweed Aran Weight on sale. So I picked up one skein. They didn't have a lot of colors that I really liked, so I grabbed one skein in Romance, and I thought this would make a really nice hat. I picked up some more City Tweed DK in Dale. It's very similar to the other color that I bought for the sweater. This, again, they didn't have a ton of colors on sale. They did have the other one on sale though, so I was kind of like, oh, if only I'd waited, but whatever. So I picked up some more to make another sweater. I ordered some Felici. So I got 2 skeins each, but this is Augie. And this one I really, really like. This one's called Rustic Cabin. Those are really, really pretty. So I picked up 2 skeins of Stroll, Sapphire Heather and Bowie. I've been trying to find the perfect blue and orange to make a hat and future accessories that are the colors of FCC Cincinnati, or FC Cincinnati. That's the MLS soccer team that is in Cincinnati, Ohio. And yeah, so I've been trying to find the right colors and I just can't. So this is the second orange that I've grabbed. Neither of them are the right orange. And then the blues I'm not too sure about either. I'm just gonna have to hold them up. So maybe I should get like a color card. Okay, then I grabbed another skein of Wonder Fluff, or another sweater's quantity, to make another any day sweater. You might be wondering, why didn't I show it? Because all I did was weave in all the ends. I just have to do the neck, like the pick up the stitches and then knit the neckband. That's all I have to do, and I just haven't done it yet. So I picked up another grouping, and then I found this stuff called Daydream. It's very, very similar, but this is bulky and this is DK. I mean, they look pretty similar to me. The content is slightly different. This one is baby alpaca and this is super fine alpaca. The colors were a bit different as well. And for this, I grabbed these 2 colorways because I'm gonna make the Missoni Accomplished, which is by Espastrica. And if you're curious, the colorways are Pewter and Rose Quartz. And then for the Wonder Fluff, the colorway was Hair Heather, like rabbit. I also picked up some pattern books, both for myself and for my mom for Christmas, but I'm not gonna show you those. Next up is the Spotlight. And today's Spotlight, I wanna talk about Jingle Jangle. Have you guys watched Jingle Jangle? So it's marketed as a Christmas movie. It's not very Christmassy. I really liked it. I loved that it was like straight up a musical, like full on musical. The dancing was nice. The acting was like it was very Broadway-esque acting, and which is not bad. It was just like a little jarring at first until you kind of got into it. But it just felt like I was watching a Broadway musical. But to me, like the shining star of this movie, the main character girl, her name was like, my plant is just distracting me. Journey, I think her name was Journey. Her voice was so good. It was unbelievably crystal clear. It was amazing. As I was watching it, I was looking her up. I'm like, she has got to be like a Broadway actress. And yeah, she is on Broadway. This was her first movie, her first major credit, but holy crap. she's going somewhere, because I thought her acting was really, really good and her singing was amazing. It was fantastic. So if you haven't seen Jingle Jangle yet, definitely watch it. It was really good. Next up is a novel idea, which is where I talk about a book or the book that I've read since the last episode. And this time I've only finished one book, but it was really good. It is Small Spaces by Katherine Arden. This is a middle grade horror. It's not, what is thriller? It's a middle grade thriller, and it is about really scary scarecrows. This is about an 11-year-old girl named Ollie, and she's dealing with a lot of grief. Her mom died like a year before the book, and she's still trying to, grieve through that. And she turns to books, and that is her escape, and she loves books, and books are really helping her through this time. And she doesn't really have any friends, but as this book progresses, she gains two friends in Coco and Brian. Coco is the new girl who, her mom is a reporter, she's moved to town. Coco just doesn't fit in. She tries to, but she just can't, she cries. And then Brian is like the popular sporty guy, but he's not everything that everyone thinks he is. And they go to this farm for a school trip, and lo and behold, our main character Ollie had been reading a book that eerily seems to be about this farm. The way she found this book was she went to her secret spot, and a crazy woman was trying to throw the book into the pond or the river. And so she rescues / steals the book, and there you go. All of this information is on the back, which I think is what's interesting about middle grade, is you pretty much know the entire plot of this book, but it is still pretty creepy. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought this was really good, really good. I thought the dealing with grief and trauma was really good. And there's a line, I guess I didn't underline it. Here's one of the lines that it's just really pretty. The section is Ollie is trying to cross a bridge, and she has this fear of heights, which I won't dive into, but the book, you'll get it. Ollie took another step. She wasn't falling. She wasn't going to fall. Coco's blue eyes promised it, and her thin hands. Strong hands, Ollie realized. Coco didn't cry because she was weak. Coco cried because she felt things. Ollie never cried because she didn't feel things. Not anymore. Not really. She tried not to feel things. This is really good. I recommend you read it. Also, my copy is signed because I did get to see Katherine Arden, I think at the beginning of 2020. Was it the beginning of 2020? Not the last author talk I saw, because I did see Cassandra Clare maybe a week before everything shut down. Because I remember we weren't allowed to shake her hand or anything. Yeah, look at us now. Well, that is pretty much it. You're pretty much just gonna see my life in the vlog, so I don't feel like I need to dive into it too much on the podcast. And it's getting dark even though I have my studio lights up. So I think I'm gonna end it here. Thanks so much. And if you'd like to follow me on any of the socials, I am a traveling knitter podcast on Instagram. I am LuluisCrazy on Ravelry as well as on Goodreads. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.